Shalom, welcome to the Jewish View. My name is Rabbi Nachman Simon with the Chabad House of Delmar, together with my co-host Mark Ronich of Statewide News Service, and our special guest with us, Marty Stein, who's a judge of KosherFest of 2016, and we have even two more special guests, J.J. Heck to my left, and Menachem Simon, my grandson, to the right of us, and listen, they're going to change. They're going to check out the Shabbos.
Right now, we're going to talk about that. I went to KosherFest in November.
Good.
And it's a trade show of kosher food products that takes place in the Meadowlands in New Jersey.
So you're going to treat us to Kiddush.
So we are. We're going
Yeah.
It's building up to it. You're hungry already.
Yeah, I know. It's such
So
good
I'm
food.
Looking forward to it.
So we brought back a lot of food from KosherFest because I wanted to show people in our audience that there is more to kosher food than what is on your grocery store shelf. And there are unique products that are only at the trade shows that don't make it to your store shelf. So you could really have a wonderful, Shabbos or wonderful food during the year if you knew about these products and you asked your supermarket manager to order these, or you go online and you order these. So we're going to go through a whole panoply of food here and tell you about what's out there and what tastes really good. So.
I just want to add another thing, Mark, because of course as a rabbi I would like to see more and more Jewish people keep kosher, but a lot of people have the wrong connotation of kosher. They say, oh yeah, I have to eat gefilte fish and kechlach, and that's all. My bubby also ate. I want to eat real food. And here you can see the display
So we
that
don't
you
have,
don't deny
because
anything.
of that, we don't have gefilte
Oh,
fish
yeah.
because it's because we wanted to show different products. But when you start, the theme of this show is about the Shabbos meal.
Good.
And when you have a Shabbos meal, you start off with
Making
wine.
Kiddush.
Right. You start off with wine. So bring over the bottle there.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Nachman.
Thank you.
Not 21 yet, but
Yep,
he
you
can't
hold
drink
it.
it.
So do you? And what do you say when you?
Why do we make Kiddush?
So you
Because
pour the
they're
wine.
Yiddish.
I'm not going to drink a whole cup today, but
Oh, I will. I'll have your portion.
they're good
Now,
enough.
this is
A little bit.
This one, a gold
That's enough.
prize. This
Here,
one,
just
a
show the
best-
label here.
That's best to show for
Yeah,
liquor and
Put
wine.
it in the front
Yeah,
here.
let me just cap it. Take a second. And all right, good enough.
Okay, and
People
then
see that?
maybe we could zoom in on the label.
All right, we'll get that.
What?
In the meantime, we'll make Kiddush here.
Yeah, we want to make Kiddush while they're zooming in and looking at the label, and
There we go. We can get that right.
Yep.
There we go. Perfect.
okay,
Turn it this way.
turn it.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Beautiful.
what
Now,
we
Marty, tell us about this wine
This
before
wine-
we make Kiddush.
This wine was the winner in the category of wine and liquor. A lot of products similar to that were presented, but this one came out as the winner. And various different characteristics go into selecting a winner. And it goes by the quality, the price point, and the uniqueness of the product. And we came up with this as a winner.
Well, that's terrific because most people think of wines, like you were saying about the Shabbos meal, most people think of wine as being full of sugar and very sweet, and this wine isn't necessarily that way. It's really more of a finer wine. And it's made not in a metal canister like some of the...
Again, as I was saying that in the olden times it would be sugar, almost like sugar water,
Sweet
that's,
wines.
sweet wines,
Yeah.
and here you could really wines really
So
win.
the industry is changing when it comes to flavors and different kinds of wine.
So let's say a bracha, and then we can give each other a l'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri haglafen.
Amen.
Too bad I can't give the kids 20.
Well, not on TV, I guess. But privately, they could take a sip.
Yeah, well, Kiddush. It's
Because then you respect the alcohol. That's why in Italy or France, there's very little alcoholism.
Why is that?
Because they learn from a very early
That's
age
true.
how to respect the alcohol and not abuse it.
Just interesting.
So that's the same thing in the Jewish religion and culture, is that we learn to respect the wine. You say a prayer over it, you're not guzzling it, you're sipping it, so that, right?
Yep.
Okay. So,
Teach them early over here,
That's right.
Mark.
Teach them early,
And
and
for
they
those
learn.
under 21,
Okay,
there's kosher grape juice.
that's true, and which we don't have, but we do have some other juices here, not grape though. So what happens after,
Well, why don't the kids tell us over here? What do we do after we make Kiddush because we're Yiddish?
Because we have challah.
So we have a beautiful challah. We have a Shabbos.
now, sometimes you wash your hands first, which
Yeah,
we're not gonna do here, but that's something
You
else.
see the beautiful Shabbos. And I know it's in Hebrew, but it's a Shabbos and Yontif because we cover the challah when we're making Kiddush, which we just did.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds. You can be original and artistic yourself
Right,
when some people make tapestries. And here's a challah. Go ahead.
so, when you take the challah out,
Take the challah out.
and you give the rabbi the bag,
Holding the bag, huh? Oh, you got that.
okay, and then you just go ahead and you just simply cut,
A piece of it.
you say a bracha,
Yeah,
Do we say
we won't say a
bracha to-
bracha
no?
now because it's not the
Okay.
time, but
and then,
Okay.
well, the last words would be
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
and then you would cut the
Challah.
challah, and normally you'd have 2 challahs on Shabbos. During the
You're right.
week, you
Good.
don't need to.
Correct,
But-
excellent. Mark, you're learning.
I'm learning,
Yeah.
so, there you go.
All right, we'll put
And
that
here's-
underneath here. Here's the challah bread.
Now, there's something about challah and wine where you don't want to embarrass the wine with the challah. Could you explain something?
It's a very, very deep thing. It's a basic law that the challah is, the challah what you have is really bread, but wine takes precedence because we say that we want to makadesh, we want to sanctify the Shabbos day with something holy, and that is special wine. That's why it's got to be kosher wine. But really, bread is a stay of life. It goes on the other hand. It's the main thing that we eat. So we don't want to embarrass. Very deep idea. Really, the bread is it's just some wheat. But that the Judaism respects everything in the world, not only human beings and animals, but even wheat. And the blessing of wheat really should come first.
Okay,
So we don't want to embarrass,
So
hey,
you-
we're making on the wine, but just, you shouldn't see.
so that's why you cover the challah, so
Challah.
not to embarrass the challah when you're drinking the wine.
Yeah, and another interesting idea, very briefly, is that if people read the Bible, that in the Jewish people, which numbered about 2-3 million people in the desert, that they actually ate the manna from heaven. And it had a layer of dew from the bottom, dew from above. And of course, we don't have manna from heaven. We have to farm our own wheat and bake it ourselves. But on the other hand, and we don't have any dew in the house, but we do have a plate underneath, covering on the top, and that's instead of the dew.
Okay.
I should ask maybe the kids that they would see
No,
if they're
you gave
learning
a
in
very good-
Maimonides.
You gave a very good explanation there.
Yeah.
So then what happens after, then you bring out salads or soup?
What happens over here, kids? You've been around Shabbos for a long time. What do you do after you wash your hands and eat your challah?
You usually have salads
And a
and
little
like
bit of gefilte
gefilte
fish.
fish.
There's
And
any
then
fish
soup?
there? Soup. We don't have any soup here?
No,
we do
well,
have.
We have miso soup.
Hey,
And
let's
this
show
is
this.
kosher
Why don't you
miso
show
soup.
this?
And let me, that's that's.
One of them, why don't you hold up
Chickpea.
one, and JJ holds up another one.
Should we
Well,
open
I'm
What's
it?
your favorite soup? Don't open that up.
I'm
The
gonna
soup will
open
get
this.
it. You're gonna open it?
I'm gonna open this. Let's see
What if it
it-
gets all over?
Well,
It won't happen.
Show that, yeah. Why don't you show it nicely?
this is miso soup.
Kids, what kind of soup do you like the best?
Quartz matzo ball soup.
Yeah, you're a real Jew. All right, and Menachem, what do you like?
Matzo ball soup.
All right, just keep on showing
And-
hold it up.
I guess
People could see.
this has to be prepared.
That ain't real soup. eh?
This isn't.
Put some water in it.
Where's the zoom? Where's the camera? Someone zoom in on this so we can see the product.
It's good enough. There we go.
So that's the.
That's not real soup.
So
but
that's not
put
real
some
soup,
water.
but this is what it looks like in the container, and it's certified gluten-free. We've got to zoom in here. And this is certified gluten-free, and it's organic, it's chickpea, miso
Organic.
miso soup.
So
So
why don't you talk about
and
that,
it's
Marty, a
from-
little bit?
This is very
I mean, just
famous.
say what gluten-free and organic is a real in thing, so.
it's
Well,
a
that-
vegetarian and vegan.
Right, this category is a fastest growing category around, is the gluten-free category, and it's not stopping, it's going all the time, and this product is very unique. And this company is in the, out of the Georgia area, and their certification comes from the AKC in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very well recognized in their product category.
But again, just, it's interesting, saying it again, that the kosher community is really keeping up, the kosher products are keeping up with the latest trends, like organic, gluten-free, and, these are modern people who care about these things, and the kosher products really reflects this
Gluten-free
idea.
is also involved in Passover now, with a lot of Passover items are gluten-free.
Without the
That-
wheat.
That's another,
Wheat is a gluten.
that's another, well, they're gluten-free in their characteristics,
The matzah
Yeah.
should be
Uh-huh.
the matzah.
made out of wheat.
And then part of the opening of with the appetizers, sometimes you have pickles, so, that brought out. So I want to show this big pickle jar.
Yeah.
And this is a
Here, you
very
show.
famous company, Gus's Pickles. And
Or is it out of New York, isn't it?
we need, here.
What's that? Their plant is in Long Island, but it originated,
Because I want to open it, and I want to try a pickle.
Oh, man, over
it
here.
originated
I'm
many
trying
years ago
everything
on
here.
the east
Does anyone
side.
else want to join me in this?
All right, we'll have a pickle. Cut up a pickle. Are you gonna eat the whole thing then?
No, I'll cut up a pickle.
It's not cut out. Yeah.
So
I
continue-
said Mark is inviting us.
continue,
to
Marty.
This
I-
company originated in the east side. They had a
Want
pickle
a pickle?
barrel stand on the Lower East Side, but they moved to Long Island. That's where their factory is. And
This is the famous
Gus's
pickles
Pickles,
customer
yeah.
on the Lower East Side. I think it was a little stand. I
Yeah.
once saw it, and you would think it's a little,
they also have tomatoes and kraut and deluxe mix, things that go along with the pickles. It's very famous. Crunchy and
This is
tasty.
very good.
what do you think about the pickle, JJ? Is it real, the pickle?
Delicious.
And let's look at the label again, so people know if they want to order, if they want to have their supermarket order Gus's Pickles.
The packaging itself is very innovative. It's in plastic and it's refrigerated. A lot of kosher pickles are just in glass jars and they're shelf stable. But
And this is
Why,
plastic.
what's better? Plastic is better?
well, this is refrigerated. You have to keep this refrigerated. So therefore, it might lack a preservative. I'm not sure. I didn't check the label that closely.
What do you eat with the fish? What do we have in front of us over here, kids?
Well,
Horseradish.
The variety of mustards.
No, horseradish.
we have a variety,
Horseradish.
well, not just mustards, well, we also have grain, no, I thought we had grain here, deli style, or horseradish. Yes.
Here we go.
Here you go.
And Gold's is famous for the
So,
horseradish,
yes,
but
it
again,
is.
you see there's 10 different products you can see on your screen.
So,
Look at all these different
who's gonna
products
give me
we
a close-up
have.
of this, huh? Who's gonna give me a close-up? Oh, no, what I'm holding.
We'll
I'm
take
holding.
that, we'll take that.
Oh,
No,
Not that,
There you
we
go. okay, here you go.
walk you over.
That's it. Okay, so this is Gold's Zesty Horseradish.
There you go, the
And
real
it is
thing.
Absolutely terrific tasting horseradish. I never had better horseradish. This is white, it's not the red, but it's still, a lot of people prefer the white horseradish over the red. But, this is,
Man, you're making a whole meal here.
I'm making a meal. I'll even taste it. I'll dip
Put it
some
on
challah. You could- all sorts of things you could do with horseradish. Love horseradish. You ever put horseradish on with like a meat sandwich?
No, I don't
It's a
do that.
buffalo delicacy.
Really?
Yeah, it started called beef on weck, and they put horseradish with beef on a kimmelweck bun.
All right.
Um,
We have fish, even though we don't.
taste them?
know.
No.
Not an empty
All right.
stomach.
That's horseradish.
Maybe these oils, what's the
And you
oils?
cook with oil on Shabbos. A lot of fried foods, and you cook with oil. So this comes from, tell us about the Asian imports. That was a hot item at
Asian imports are
KosherFest.
very hot in the industry, and Korean is very popular. And Korean oils and condiments are really popular. They're getting sold in more outlets from day one, and their popularity is
Just
really
as
increasing
a general trend in the
Yeah, it's a
general
trend.
market. you mean.
in the industry.
Okay, so this is Perillo, pure Perillo oil. And these people who make this it's from an Asian,
It's made in
company.
Asia?
it's South Korea. It's Korean.
Oh, very good.
And, you know, I tasted it at KosherFest. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Really?
And I just wanted to, make sure that
What's it
people-
made out of, especially?
Well, they make all different types of these oils, and this one, here, let's see if you can figure out, you know. Well,
Put my glasses on, I can see
these have
better.
perilla seeds. These are made from perilla seeds.
You know, this is important because you just showed but these, of course, it is KosherFest, so there's 2 points to this. One, these are the latest. It's not like something that's been in the market for the last 50 years, like a filter fish. These are the latest trends, number one. And number two, of course, in KosherFest, it is kosher. So they do have, that's what I was trying to mention to hint to Mark, that it's not made in the United States,
Right.
but they are made in South Korea. So they do have kosher supervisors going all the way to Korea. They go to China, they go all over the
Go all over the
world
world.
in order to be sure that it is kosher. So it's not like, okay, oil, what could be wrong with it? We'll stick a label on it. But they really are inspected, that there's no foreign products that are foreign compared to. You're gonna
It's
make
made from
something
perilla
over
seeds.
here.
I'm
There are
trying-
also
yeah.
other kosher condiments from Korea that
Sometimes you
we don't
need-
have on the table here, but they have a lot of variety.
Uh-huh. So let's see what this
Oh, man,
tastes.
he's having a whole meal here.
But this is what the collars for, right?
What are kids, what do you eat over here? No, my grandson
wanna try
is
some?
waiting for dessert
You want
over
to try
here.
some? No?
That's all
No
right.
thanks.
They're waiting for dessert over here, Mark, but
Okay.
you gotta go through the whole meal before you get dessert. That's what I try to tell
All
them.
right, so let's move along. Now we're done with our appetizers and
Salads.
salad. So then, what do? We come to the main course, which mainly is a chulent.
Well,
Right.
that's in the day, but at night, you have a nice piece of chicken.
Mm-hmm.
We show the chicken, or you see that? Probably not.
Well,
We have all kinds of meat.
yeah. So this is chicken. You can zoom in, and you can see this is from KJ. Someone zoom in.
Jake's on the phone.
That's okay, but you're zooming here. So let's zoom in.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. So this is KJ Poultry from Kiryas Joel in Orange County, New York. And
Not
this-
that far from us.
And this chicken is absolutely delicious, as you might say, to die for. But it's a wonderful chicken, and they do absolutely the best. Do you know much about KJ Poultry,
It's
Marty?
like an independent business. It's not one of the biggest, but they have a very good quality product and recognized by a lot of people.
You know, besides the chicken, of course, the chicken, like they were saying, chicken soup at the matzo ball, the kids like that, and the regular chicken, but there are other kinds of meat.
That's right,
So-
like turkey breast. And when I was at KosherFest,
Yeah.
can we eat turkey, or are we allowed to have turkey here? Are you allowed to have turkey here? Maybe not.
You're our taste tester
I'm the
today.
taste tester today? Okay. Well, this is absolutely phenomenal. It comes from Birdsboro, Kosher Farms,
Where's that?
and that is,
It's Pennsylvania, maybe?
Pennsylvania.
I'm looking, I didn't look ahead of time. Yeah, Birdsboro, Pennsylvania. Look at that.
There you go. Marty knows his stuff.
That's right. Probably was there.
No, I wasn't there, no.
So this is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, turkey here, and it's packaged where it's sealed, for taste, and has
Show other, while you're doing that, let me
Yeah.
show other
so
You have, well,
There you
you have
go.
a piece that doesn't show people how
Uh-huh.
great it is.
No?
But we have, one on this camera. I'm just showing you the different kinds of meat that are able to be smoked chicken breast.
Right.
It's not like just plain old chicken anymore, even though we do have plain chicken.
Well,
I don't know if you can see that. What else do you have? I have
what else do you
fully
have?
cooked chicken
That's
roll.
That's from Montreal.
This product here, you know, they want to go more mainstream and they kind of want to shake it up a little in the kosher food industry. So while we can't have pepperoni,
Yeah.
but they make meat in the shape of pepperoni.
They have
So,
all kinds of stuff over there.
so they call this sausage, but, you know, sausage obviously isn't kosher, but it's made from natural ingredients, it says, but it's probably, you know, some.
Here's some kielbasa.
Oh,
They
this-
really have everything you want.
This is veal, beef, sea salt, spices, and then cherry powder and celery. So we're gonna open this up and taste it because I have not tasted this yet.
How's that beef franks? Who doesn't like a kosher hot dog?
That's right. Now, Marty, maybe you could tell us about what happened with Nathan's and Gold's, and did they merge, or what was the?
Well, Nathan's has a lot of products. They started with the Frankfurters many years ago. I think it was Coney Island.
But those weren't kosher.
No, they weren't
No.
definitely not kosher, but the Gold's has a license to do the Nathan's mustard.
They
And
brought them out?
No, they just have the license. It's a license. They just pay a fee to Nathan's to use their name.
That's interesting.
Yeah. There's another company that has Nathan's Pickles, which we don't have here because they're not at KosherFest. So they license their name out. So you're getting the benefit of kosherist with, unfortunately, Frankfurt is not kosher, but that's the way it goes.
Wow.
So Nathan's turning kosher in the old,
Well,
and as his life goes on, you never thought of that.
Nathan's is, you know, there's Westminster Foods, right? Is the overall,
Westminster Foods bought the Gold from the Gold's family about a year ago, and Westminster Foods has a kosher certified oyster cracker.
and oysters are not kosher,
Yeah,
yes.
but oyster
Well, maybe-
crackers are.
Right, yes.
That's kind of like what's here with this, what they call sausage slices, but these are absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's from Amsterdam, is the company name, and it's like Marty said, it's a
Quebec.
Quebec,
Yeah.
yep.
Maybe you need something to drink it
Yes,
down
I
over
do.
here.
I do.
Well, let's have the kids. What do we have here? Hold this up. Here, take the other's juice over here, Menachem. Show that on the TV. They can see that. Everybody
Yeah.
can see
Menachem, look
that.
this way, pay attention to the, you know.
All right. There we go. Beautiful. What do we have there? The Vash. Really, the Vash was always making orange juice, milk and orange juice, but they really expanded.
Well,
Now, what do they have? Lemonade,
raspberry lemonade and a blend of,
100% juices. They're really
let me try
expanding
the
them.
raspberry lemonade.
All right, well, hand it out to all of us. You have.
Oh,
a
okay,
cup.
well, I will certainly do that. Rabbi says I should, I do that.
I don't know about everything, but all right.
Mm,
All right, so the kids, you like what do we have there? Raspberry
This is raspberry,
lemonade, and
Lemonade.
it's real juice. All right.
Oh.
Still, the kids. We have a few more minutes. They're going to want to get to their dessert.
oh, really? It's only a few, okay, here, we're wrapping up.
You want some of this, Marty?
No thanks.
Here, why don't you have Menachem likes his juice over here? Say
So-
Shakol.
When you're also talking about mixing things up, we have, you know, kielbasa is not exactly something that you would consider to be kosher,
Good.
but KJ Poultry, you know, basically put meat in a casing, and that's you know, what you would have in a hot dog, let's say, a casing, you know, it's a
You're
wrapper,
right,
it's
a kishka.
edible kishka, and so they call it kielbasa, again, to mainstream themselves a little bit, and to make us feel like we're, you know, and then here you have Mexican style, and this
Mexican food is also a new trend, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
very
is.
definitely.
So this is a big hunk of turkey, breast that's spiced up with all sorts of jalapenos, I guess, in here.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful, it really is.
Also at the show, they had like kosher beef jerky, which is not displayed here, but that was at the show also.
Mhm.
Many different flavors.
I'll catch up with that next
It
year.
really gets to the point where any kind of taste sensation that a person wants,
Yes,
they really could have it in the kosher.
that's right. That's right,
That's
exactly.
really getting to, no one has to feel denied. Oh, well, I'm going to keep kosher, and I always like that eating,
Mhm.
and now I'm not going to that taste
And-
sensation.
And when you have a meat dish, and when you
Keep
have
going.
meat, you also want to have a vegetable. So they have these baked
Be healthy
sweet.
people.
That's right. You have these baked sweet potatoes, and you'll see on here that there's Asian writing, Asian,
What's
these-
an Asian sweet potato?
So there's an Asian sweet potato, and it's from Korea again. So and
All right.
so this
I
is.
hope our viewers are not getting too hungry. over
Well,
there.
they can certainly call the studio and.
Come on over for Kiddush.
So what is so? So this says
The KJ, it's also
but this-
the Bishul Yisroel, meaning
Yeah.
that not only is it should be kosher ingredients, but it really should be kosherly made. So this was kosherly cooked.
kosherly cooked. Okay.
All right.
So let's go to
get to the dessert. We don't
Okay.
want to. The kids are here. They're waiting the whole time very nicely.
That's right.
Hold this up over here. Hold all your nice desserts
Now-
up. I mean, they're not drinking the wine. At least they get a cushion for
That's
the.
right. So we have the rugelach, and we have apricot sandwiches and finger sprinkled sandwiches.
There we go. Put it.
So that's Laramie are the ones who also
And the
made the
challah.
challah, and that we displayed here earlier. And that was, but those rugelach. I mean, kids, taste the rugelach.
All right, so Taco opened that up. We don't want to give them something treat for coming on the Jewish View.
That's it.
See a nice bracha, of course.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam barei minei mitzanos.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam barei minei mitzanos.
Amen.
All right, now tell us what you think of it.
These are really good.
There you go.
Mmm.
All right, there you go.
Wait
You
a
got a
minute, wait a
treat.
minute,
Wait,
wait a
then
minute.
you're on
I'm
a
the taste
diet.
tester. You said
I thought you were on a diet,
well,
Mark.
I'll diet next tomorrow.
Until next KosherFest.
That's right.
So they also have cookies.
Yeah, the
Cookies.
Oberlander.
Yeah, show the cookies.
Now,
No,
Marty, what's
this-
the deal
this-
with Oberlander? Do you? They've been around a long
Yeah, they've been
time.
around for a long
Pick that
time.
up.
It's in a Oberlander family, and they have a good quality line of product.
Are they still family
Yeah,
owned
they are, yes.
and operated? Yeah. And they're out of what? New Jersey.
New
or-
Jersey.
So
That's what I was going to ask you. You see so many of these major Jewish companies that are bought out by national companies. I mean, you were just saying with Golds and Nation, so it's not like a mom and pop operation anymore. I'm sure Oberland.
Oberlander started in Brooklyn, but I guess they moved to New Jersey. A lot of the companies started in Brooklyn, and they moved to New Jersey because of land and so forth. They have bigger opportunities when it comes to factories over there.
But they're still mom and pop, they're
Yeah,
still a
families,
local
still
family.
family-owned.
But a lot of these companies just get bought out because kosher is such a big business. So a national company wants to get in on it.
what's the kosher market? How many billions of dollars is there?
I don't have the exact figures, but it's up there. It's getting more popular every year.
It's over $1 billion
Yeah,
industry.
At least over $1 billion.
All right.
People don't realize how much.
Kosher, more and more people are eating kosher. Well, they're more food conscious.
Mhm.
People think kosher, which it probably is more cleaner.
Right.
And people are worried about their cleanliness, and they say, hey, there's another two eyes. There's another kosher supervisor checking on how good the product is. So
Now, I wanted to, can you hand me that last bottle at the end there, because we have.
This or
No?
this?
Okay. So we have just.
one more
maybe
second
a
over
few
there.
seconds
A few
here.
seconds to
But
go.
this wine here, I want a close-up of this real quick, so I could show you. This is called unorthodox wine.
Hopefully it's
So,
orthodox.
along with everything else that we're talking about.
It is kosher, you should tell them.
It is kosher,
Because people
but
think
this
we're-
was at KosherFest, and along with what you might say, kielbasa and other products that have an not unorthodox name to it, this wine actually does have an unorthodox name to it. So, anyway, I just wanted to let
All
you in
right.
on that and let you know.
It is kosher, though.
Yes,
Ultimately, it is kosher.
It's
We only
very
bring kosher
So
things
even
in.
kosher for Passover.
There you go. All right, Mark, I want to thank you for our taste testing over here. Hopefully you didn't gain too many pounds.
No,
And Marty Stein over here, the good
pleasure to be
judge,
here.
and you
Yes.
inform us of the inside track on kosher, and our two guest tasters, Menachem Simon and J.J. Hack. And thank you very much for joining us on the KosherFest review on the Jewish View.